Most people believe they are building something. They wake up early, they repeat the same tasks, they stay consistent, they are busy, they are tired, they are sincere, and yet nothing stands without them. This is the confusion that defines modern life. We mistake repetition for construction, and because repetition feels productive, we never question it. This video is about why repeating effort can consume entire decades without producing anything that survives you. Repetition feels powerful because it creates rhythm. You wake up, you do the work, you close the loop. The brain receives a signal. Something is moving, and movement feels like progress. But movement without direction is just motion. Repetition improves efficiency. It does not create existence. You can repeat effort perfectly and still leave nothing behind. That distinction is rarely taught. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity is dangerous because once something feels familiar, we stop evaluating it. We stop asking, why does this exist this way? Who benefits from this structure? What remains if I stop? We become experts inside cages, very skilled, very respected, very content. Familiarity disguises stagnation as stability. Systems prefer repetition. Repetition is predictable, schedulable, measurable, replaceable. A system can depend on repetitive effort, but builders are disruptive. Builders redesign flaws, reduce dependency, change leverage, create memory. So repetition is rewarded openly. Building is tolerated quietly, not because building is wrong, but because it alters power. This is not personal, it is structure. Here is the cost most people discover too late. When effort is only repeated, it creates no memory. Each day resets, each year resets. You gain experience, but not position. You gain competence, but not leverage. And one day you realize if you stop, everything stops. If you leave, nothing remains. That realization is devastating because it reveals decades of sincere effort were spent maintaining, not building. Building always creates something independent of you, not necessarily visible, not necessarily admired, but persistent. Building creates systems that root future effort, frameworks that reduce future thinking, assets that improve with time, structures that remember. Building changes the future cost of effort. Repetition keeps cost constant. Building lowers it over time. That is the entire difference. Building feels slower because feedback is delayed, validation is absent, progress is invisible, repetition gives daily confirmation, building gives none. Repetition lets you hide inside activity. Building exposes design mistakes. That discomfort sends most people back to what feels productive. Not because repetition is superior, but because it is emotionally safer. At Wealthirium, effort is filtered through one question. If I stop, what continues? If the answer is nothing persists, nothing compounds, nothing improves, then the effort was maintenance, necessary, respectable, but terminal. Building answers differently, quietly. The shift is subtle. You stop asking, did I do enough today? And start asking, what did today make easier tomorrow? You stop optimizing for speed and start optimizing for use. You don't stop working, you stop repeating blindly. That single shift separates lives that exhaust from lives that accumulate. Repetition is not the enemy, but repetition without architecture is a treadmill disguised as progress. You can run for years and still remain exactly where you started. Building is slower, quieter, lonelier, but building creates memory. At Wealthirium, we are not interested in motion, we are interested in what remains when motion stops. Welcome to Wealthirium, where effort is not repeated, it is designed to survive time.